Here we go. Ready? Oh, who's better than me? Yeah.
What's up? Well, I got the base molding on. Pretty cool. It's winter time again, guys. Getting ready for a big storm around here, I guess. It's supposed to snow like a foot. So, winter time means no more iced coffee. Double espresso time, baby. Oh yeah. I love this stuff. Still a little hot. Can't shoot the whole thing. Just burnt the crap out of my mouth. Oh well. Can you believe I drank like I drank 3 double espressos first thing in the morning. Gets my hand nice and steady. Check it out. T. Chisel, Nerves of Steel. Sounds like a cheesy movie, doesn't it? But anyways. Yep, winter time again. It was snowing when I started this thing, and it's snowing now that I'm starting to finish it. So, give me a second. Nice. Check it out, everybody. Nice, huh? Nice transition on the miter. See how filthy dirty it is? It's going to take me like 2 hours to clean this thing up. And I'm pretty happy with the way that it looks going down the side of the case. You know, it would have been nicer if I could have shortened it a little bit and had a really perfect reveal right down the side of this case, but you know what? No one's ever going to see it unless they're laying on the floor and looking at it like this. And even then, it might be good enough for 99.9 people. Me, I think it could have been better. But next time, I'll try to get it better. You know? Check out the serpentine front. Now you can really start to see the shape of what these drawers are going to be like, huh? I mean, it looks really, really awesome, huh, guys? I don't even know if you can picture it yet, what it's going to look like. But this is it. You can see that I still have tons of router marks that I need to clean up on the base molding. I hate that. You can see all right in here. See all the marks? See if I can zoom in on them. Because you guys might think I'm nuts that you can't see it, but if I get on it, I bet you'll be able to see it. Yeah, there they are. You see all those marks right there? That's all the way along the whole piece of molding. So all that stuff needs to be taken off of there, guys. And there's only one way to do it, and it's with a piece of sandpaper, maybe a tadpole, and a lot of time. It would have been easier if I did it right after I molded it. Well, Steve molded it. This thing's been sitting in my shop for a good 6 months. So this is what I gotta get to doing. Just clean this up, get the miter all cleaned up and ready to go. And this is the other side. I'm getting right up on it. See that little space? See it right there? It might be like a 1/16. That's what I was just talking about. You know, next time I think I'll probably plane the side of the bottom of the case down, so I'll be able to get that tighter. I mean, you know what? Though that is super tight, and from here, you know what? You're never gonna see it. But you know, I saw it, so I'm the only one I'm trying to make happy. So that's that. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna get to cleaning this base molding, okay? And get ready for the next section. This is what I've been thinking about this morning. These are the transition pieces for the foot, okay? So this is what it's going to be like, all right, guys? Here's the foot. Here's a transition piece, like that. It goes in the mortise, obviously, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just trying to find some stuff that's going to match this. I mean, look at that. It's like this really funky bullseye. So I'm going to try to see if I can match that up with some wood, like maybe this piece here or whatever. Try to match them up so they don't look totally foreign to each other. Alright, and then that's that, to be honest with you. Once I get this done, and I get the feet on it, this case is going to be leaving my shop. Woohoo! I can't believe it. It's going to be leaving the shop, okay? And then it's going to go over to the school. And Steve and I are going to work through Christmas vacation and get those drawers done. And then, you know, January 10th, it'll be done. Wow, what a jerk off I was to think it was going to get done by October. But I knew it wasn't gonna. I was just being very positive. You know, I talked myself into it because this stuff is so hard. I mean, I easily could have talked myself out of it, you know. But I was like, it ain't gonna be that bad. It won't be that bad. I'll be able to do it. No problem. I already built one. You know, I just kept yapping it up, and I talked myself into it. It was a little discouraging around, I don't know, maybe August, September, October, November. A little discouraging now, you know. But it's alright, man. Just got 6 of these little bad boys to go on, 4 feet, and it's out of here. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know. And I'm really tired. I'm telling you, man, this thing's catching up to me now. I'm pooped. Alright, T Chisel's gonna drink another 6 shots of espresso, start sanding like a maniac, and get these things cut up and turn the camera back on and let you know how I made out. Yo, what's up? Alright, so I got stuff everywhere. Well, you can see I have the base molding all done, cleaned up, sanded the death out of it. It looks really, really good. Now the next thing I needed to do was make the transition pieces for the foot, okay? Here's the foot, ball and claw foot, remember? And here's the transition piece. Here's the pattern. I've had this pattern for about 7 years, and this is the first time I've got to use it. I think Lance measured this off a Cogswell piece. Don't hold me to it. That's just what I think. So I had a paper pattern, and I cut it out, and I made this nice little pattern out of plywood. It's snowing like hell, man. There's got to be about 6 inches of snow out there today. Not good weather for T Chisel. But anyways, back to the transition piece. Here it is. So I basically just cut some blocks out, okay? And then I did the joinery before I cut the shape into it. Then I cut the shape into it, okay? You can see how I have this nice shape into it. That was a drag too, you know, on the bandsaw forever. And this is what we come up with. What do you think? Kind of sweet, you know what I mean? So, get some cool tenon. You see the tenon on that? Then you jam it in here, okay? Until that transition line right there is really, really perfect. You see it, guys? Alright. And then, what I do is I take my pencil and I just trace the shape of it close. You know, I don't want to get too close. You know, I just want to get close. Because I need to save material. You can't get all this material off in one swoop, you know? Because what happens is I need to put this foot up underneath the case, and it may be adjusted a little bit, and if you have this line dead perfect before you set it onto the case, it could end up underneath the base molding, which would not be a good thing. So this is what I think I do. I mean, it's not like I've done this a bunch of times, guys. You know, this is like literally my second time doing these kind of feet, and I'm doing something a little crazy here, but that's okay. So I get the shape on it. You see that? You see the shape? That's what it wants to look like on the case. And what I do basically, I just put this in a clamp and I just cut that shape out on the bandsaw, making sure that I stay away from this top line a lot. Like this, I don't ever want to go past like that spot. See that line? That is where I do not want to go past. So I just get kind of close to the line. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get one in the clamp. And then I cut the shape out. You see how now it's got that radius on it, or curve, whatever the hell you want to call it. You know, and it's still proud of the knee on the foot. So this is what I want to do. I just want to basically cut all 8 of these ears, transition pieces, whatever, and attach them. Get them close, and then I'm going to make a haunch up inside the bottom of the case where that subframe is. I'll put a little tenon in there. I mean mortise. This is a tenon that holds the mortise. You know, I probably get that shit backwards 1,000 times. But whatever. I put a mortise in the bottom of the case and I pop this up inside there, align them perfectly, and then I'll start to hand work this thing until it's perfect. So, I guess after I get all these ears on, I go to set the mortise for this tenon. I'll get back to you. Alright? What's up? Well, sorry. Check it out. Got the ears on this thing. On all of them. Pretty sweet, huh? Jump right over to the case in a minute and show you how awesome these things are. It's getting to the end, man. It's catching up to me, it really is. I made another mistake. Check this out. Here's a transition piece now. You see how I told you I had to leave it off of the base molding a little bit because I need to clean that up with a hand plane, you know what I mean? And it's close. I mean, this isn't attached. Wait, just here comes the mistake. Oh, P-U-E. Look, I'm an idiot. Oh, you know, just don't think. It's getting to the end, guys, you know? This transition piece has to follow the stupid S-curve. I'm a dumbass. See? Alrighty. Crap, huh? It's tough to stay totally focused, man. I'm at the end and I'm just slipping. But that's not that bad of a fix. All I'm gonna do is cut that ear off, make a thicker ear, and then reshape the whole thing again. Now, you might ask yourself, T-Mac, why don't you just, can you see it? Right. Yeah, there we go. Why don't I just glue another piece on the back of this? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying to you guys? I could just get a piece and glue it on the back of that. But, does anybody know the answer? What would happen if I did that? If I did that, okay, and then I cut the shape into this piece, the glue line is going to be somewhere around here. You know what I mean? Maybe even a little further. There's going to be a glue line that's going to run. Let me get a pencil. There's going to be a glue line that's going to run just like this, guys. Okay? So if I just glued a piece on here and then I shaped into it, you would see a glue line right here. And not only is it a glue line, it's going to be a grain change. So, you know, maybe nobody would ever notice something like that. See the nice mortise in there? Broke out. Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm beat like a dog. But whatever. That's perfect. It sits in there ½ inch and you just glue it to the side of it. But anyways, back to the stupid ear and the dumbass mistake I made. If I did that, you know, when I shape into this whole thing, it goes like this or something, you're going to see that line. So what I need to do is cut this ear off, clean out the mortise, and put a thicker block in there. And thank God I still have some of this wood. The color's not too bad now. You look at here and here. You know, Christine's just going to have to clean, color that up. I can't find any of that wood. It's pissed me off, but there's nothing I can do. So this will be one little lesson on how to color. I don't know how to do it, so I can't tell you how to do it. Alright, man, I'm almost at the end of this project and I can't wait to go on a vacation and sleep. Can't take it anymore, fellas. You know, stressing out. Everybody thinks I'm making money doing the podcast and all this other bullshit, but I'm not. Spent the whole year going broke building this thing. And I really hope it's worth it. Well, I believe it will be worth it once it's all said and done and I can look at it when it's finished. But until then, you know, I'm at my wit's end and I have like no patience for anything anymore. Especially for myself. Alright, man. I'm just going to drink some espresso, fire up a cigar, and clean up that stupid ass mistake. Okay, bye.